All right. Good afternoon, moms. Guess good morning. Good afternoon, moms of the Community Valley. It's Kinsey Flame here, and I have a guest speaker. We have Crista Hermance, the estate planning mom. Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you today?
I am. We're getting there. We're cohort B, if anybody knows what that means. So we don't start school until the afternoon. So our mornings are a little bit slower and it's a little bit nicer. Are your kids in school?
Yeah, we are doing homeschool right now for them, just because my daughter just started kindergarten and I just kind of felt bad about her not being able to go in. So we're kind of doing our own thing, and it's definitely challenging because I am not a teacher, and my patience level in teaching my kids is not as good as I thought it would be. So.
Right. Like I definitely understand what you mean by my child talking. I understand how much she talks, right? Yeah, it's definitely giving us a lot of respect for our teachers and realizing we're doing distance learning with our teachers. So we have a kindergartner, and I have to tell you that my daughter's teacher is working so hard. Gosh, I mean, the amount of effort that they have to put into every day is insane.
Yeah, I have no doubt.
So how many kids do you have?
So I have two. So my oldest is 5 and my youngest is 3. And so we're doing kind of a mock homeschool for my youngest, so that she can also participate in school. And so, it's good. It's literally like having them at separate tables and then running back and forth to answer questions. And it's just like, you can't do anything else. You have to focus on this. So.
Yeah, the whole first part of figuring out your network. Do you have enough bandwidth to run these Zooms, to run these videos? That was our big dilemma. So, all right. So tell us about estate planning mom. What is it? How did you get started? Start from the beginning.
Sure. So I am an estate planning attorney. And when I was an associate attorney at a firm in Westlake, I had my first daughter, so she's now 5. And I didn't want to work those hours of being an associate attorney. I wanted more flexibility in my schedule to be a mom and an attorney. So I decided to start my own practice. And I kind of, as I started, I was going around moms groups and doing presentations for them and just educating on how to put plans in place. And I had a mom that came up to me one day at a park. She'd never met me. She's like, "Oh, you're the estate planning mom." And I was like, "Yes, perfect." And so it just kind of started from there. And that's really what that's what we've done over the last 5 years, is just getting out in the community and educating parents on ways that they can actually put plans in place to make sure that they can protect their kids. When I started, I found that there wasn't really a lot of information for parents when they have minor kids that they should do any planning. There's always kind of this thing in the back of your mind, like, oh, I should probably nominate guardians or do something, but not really any clear definition of how to do it or where to get started, and just the options that parents have. And so that's really what we do.
I think that's like, for parents, it's like something you never want to think about. You never want to think about if you're not here, or, you know what I mean? If you're not here, or God forbid you die or something happens to you where you can't take care of your child. I don't think that's something that we ever want to think about. But then if you think about the thought of, okay, what if something happens and I'm not prepared to have the people take care of my child that I would want to take care of my child, because I didn't have the right documentation and plan. They're going with Aunt Agnes, who, has enough money to fight for them. And now my kids are living with someone I don't agree with. So I think that a lot of parents forget that aspect because they just don't want to deal with it. What kinds of, can you give us a little bit of information about the services you offer and how to get started? Where do you even get started with something like this?
So it can be very overwhelming, and I totally understand that. And real quick to your point about the guardianship, that is such an important point that I don't think a lot of parents really get, that if you don't have a plan in place and something were to happen, then you have a judge that doesn't know you, doesn't know your kids, deciding what happens to your kids. And so by having at least something in place, it's It's not going to be perfect, but it's at least something that is a resemblance of your wishes for right now. And that's the big thing, is planning for right now. You're not planning for 10 years, you're planning for right now. So we have a free 15-minute phone call. If you go to our website, estateplanningmom.com, you can go to the book an appointment and get a free phone call where it's really just getting information. What's the process? How does it work? How do you get started? We try and make it super easy for parents. I know you're busy. We try and use the most advanced technology that we can find, just so that you don't have to stress about this. One of the biggest things that we really pride ourselves on is making this a very not stressful experience, right? We don't want to bring you down. We don't want you to be getting upset over the stuff that we're going to be talking about. And so it's really trying to take that emotion out of it and make it super easy for you.
Okay. So to get started, how much time should people, just for like the basics, how much time should they plan on spending on this? How long does it take to get just the basics? So again, guys, if you are watching on Facebook, we're watching the comments. So if you guys do have any questions, just make sure you ask them in the comments, and we can help you out there too.
So it's going to take a few hours, right? So our initial, what we call family planning assessment, where you work with an attorney to go through your specific situation and design a plan for you. That can take anywhere from about 1 to 2 hours. We do a lot of stuff online so that you can work kind of in the background, is getting information together. If anything, I find that this is a really great exercise in just getting organized, right? Finding out what retirement accounts do you have? What life insurance benefits do you have? And then going through and actually looking at who are your life insurance benefits that you have listed right now. A lot of times people forget to update them. And it's important to make sure that all of your beneficiary designations are updated the way that you want them to be. And this is a really great exercise that I've found where, somebody's been married for maybe 10 years and they had life insurance from a job before they got married, and they never updated it with their spouse. Right? It's got their parents listed or a sibling or something else. So it's important, to go through those documents. One thing that we have is our estate planning guide. This is a free digital printable, and it really goes through every aspect that we talk about from the planning perspective of just being able to go through and actually start thinking about who do you want for specific roles in this. And this is available. If you go to our website under resources and printables, you can download this. We also provide it when you schedule a family planning assessment, so that you can go through and kind of start thinking about this stuff. The whole process takes about a month to do. And so from the time that we start that design meeting, get all of the paperwork in, and then you actually go in and physically sign the papers, it's about a month. And I will tell you, the feeling that I see parents get when they sign that last document is just this feeling of relief, right? Really that peace of mind, knowing they have their plan in place, they are good. They check it off their to-do list, they got it done.
Nice. Okay. So don't forget, everybody, that you can go to the website, www.estateplanningmom.com. You can get a free 15-minute consultation. You can also find that beautiful little guide. If you know me, I'm a planner lady. If I had my planner around here, I'd show you. Anything I can write down or use markers on or stickers, I'm all about it. So you can go download that. And then you also do a ton of Facebook webinars and things like that, where you can get a little bit more information. I think you just had one last night. So if you like your page and they follow it, then they'll get information on how to get into those and to get more information on those too, right?
Yeah. So if you go to our website that's listed there, you can go to the videos section or events, resources. I mean, there's just a ton of information, but I have past recorded videos listed there that you can go watch, old seminars. There's also a ton of YouTube videos. So just lots and lots of information.
Nice. Perfect. Well, guys, again, remember that we are huge supporters of local mom shops, and we've worked with Crista. We referred tons of clients to her, and everybody loves the way that it works. It's easy. They're able to understand it. It doesn't seem like it's so overwhelming because of the way you break it down. So if this is something you need, which I think right now, anyone who doesn't have it done, you probably need to get it done after you've listened to this live, and just that, that first part of guardianship, you're like, wait a minute, I need to have control of that.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
get control of that. Call Crista if you have any questions. You can visit her website right down below under Estate Planning Mom. And anything else you want to share?
The only other thing that regarding guardianship that I think is super important is looking at who you have as short-term guardians. A lot of times people don't really think about this, that if they don't have family close by and there was an emergency situation, who would your kids go to, right? The biggest thing that we're trying to prevent is Child Protective Services from coming in and taking kids out of a home because they can't get a hold of any family. So especially if you're a transplant to the area and you don't have people that are close by, doing a short-term guardian nomination is a really great way to make sure that you have that protection in place. And so like our kids safeguard system that we have is this whole system on making sure that your kids are protected. So emergency information, all of the guardianship forms and things like that. And this is really what we use to make sure that parents know that if something happened, they have this emergency plan for their kids immediately.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time. Have yourself a great weekend. Moms of Conejo Valley, don't forget to look below and go to Estate Planning Mom to set up your 15-minute intro and to get that pretty resource guide. And have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you later.
Bye. Thank you.